Hey folks, I wanted to walk you through how to get and briefly annotate a source. So this will be very quick, but I'm going to go into the JCC libraries through the academics, support services, library. And now I can do a primo search, but I'm going to go right to the databases. And let's say I'm doing the salmon fishing, so I want to get a science database. So just looking up the science ones, Access Science looks good. It'll do my login. And then once we're in, we want to make sure we have full text. And say we wanted scholarly, we could do an advanced search for that. But let's say I was doing, it helps if you spell it right. But there we go. Intensive sounds like some made up name on a website, right? Intensive salmon. Um, but here we go, salmon farming, aquaculture. Um, and this would be an article that might work. Some of these might be like overviews, like whole areas where they go through the entire issue, and each area could be a different source actually for this. So there's some concepts that work, and I'll make that a little easier. What we said was if we go to the citations, you can't always trust them, but this one is actually good. We'll just have to double space and have the hanging indent, but I would copy that in. That's your part of your work in bibliography is that double spaced hanging indent works cited entry. After that, I would look really quickly at this, and you can use the images from this. You can cite those. They actually have credits and things. But this one's looking at intensive aquaculture around the world. So let's say I was talking about the North American one with the salmon, and that's it. So I could make this quote. I could put that into my annotation. I could say I intend to use this source early in my paper to establish the scope of intensive salmon fishing in the Pacific Northwest, or you could do elsewhere. But then we get into this idea of intensive culture. What does that actually mean to be intensively culturing something? So they're giving the example of catfish, but let's say I wanted salmon. I just do salmon. I can, Control F, it comes up, and we saw it there in that area I was going to use, but also hopefully somewhere else. Yep. A unique combination of highly intensive and extensive aquaculture occurs in ocean ranching. And there's a term I could use in my searches for other sources. This will play for you as you just saw. You could even annotate or highlight within this. So there's no shortage of sources. This is fairly easy to get. Who would I cite here? Well, I'm not citing Science Direct. I have two authors, Clark and McGuire. No page because it's a website. So I've given you the idea of where do you get a source, how do you do the works cited entry for the source, how do you do the summary, and remember you have to cite it, so what would go in parentheses? Clark, McGuire. Fairly easy to do, and they give you plenty of tools. You can even download the PDF, and then you'd have pages to cite. So that's basically how you'd work up your ideas about how to use this. Now that's a fairly easy one. McGraw-Hill, you probably remember from high school. It's not the most high-level source. Probably is scholarly still, though. Okay, hope that helps. Bye.